Yeah, Jimmy's a bit of a handful.
Yeah, to say the least. What up, Mudrabbit?
Hello. Tony, that's an understatement of the year. My
I
computer
can't
died
even
on
argue.
me. My computer died and I can't type on a phone. I can't spell. I can't be correct. It just drives me insane trying to type on a phone.
I don't do it.
Well, if I wanted to talk to you
Somebody
guys, it was either
texts
StreamYard
me,
or
I
that.
call them back.
I just clicked that little button that's got the microphone and send them a voice back. You
Oh,
don't want to
that's
call
even
me.
worse.
Yeah, you don't
Oh,
want to call me.
you should see. I've
Send you an audio.
got in my notepad several spiels for fake companies. So whenever I start getting a whole bunch of those spam texts, because I don't answer the phone unless it's got a name to it, they'll start sending me texts and I'll just cut and paste. What is it? Thank you for calling Algo Distribution, and go off on a spiel about distributing their finances. It doesn't make any sense, but it sounds like a business. It looks like a business, and half the time they don't even read it critically, so I can play with it. But it stops the spam. It slows it down because they're not supposed to text to a business. And sometimes
True.
I'll even answer my phone as a fake business just to let them
My
think it's a
voicemail is
business.
a business answer.
Well,
Yeah.
we had a problem with it at the yarn shop in North Carolina because my mom had the same phone number for the house and the yarn shop. So they kept calling the yarn shop.
No, my voicemail for my phone is Stonewolf Crafts, which is my business.
Mm.
Yeah. If they share the private number, then they don't care. They'll call it anyway.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Now I'm
started,
getting.
Every time I get one, I block it.
I've got a
I got
police.
20 calls one day.
So let me tell you why you shouldn't block it. And this is what I was actually gonna jump in and say. So what telemarketers can do is they can generate an available number. They don't
Yeah.
actually be calling from their number. So what I do when they call is I pick up the phone and I say, "Hey, is this the number to your company?" And if they say yes, then I say, "All right, I'm going to hang up and call you back." And I'll hang up and I'll call them back. And of course, it doesn't go to a number
Yeah,
because
there's
they're just
nothing
using
there.
it. But
Right,
if you
right.
block that number, though, anybody that buys that number can no longer get in contact with you.
Yeah, and it's called phishing because what they do is they just use the phone numbers that aren't being used, and eventually they become somebody's phone number.
Oh, if I'm in the mood, I will answer it and I'll play the game.
Oh yeah, I used to do
As
that
long
when
as I
phones were on the
possibly
wall.
can keep them on the phone, I will
Yep.
play.
Oh,
I
yeah.
used to do that when they would call and we had the wall phones in the kitchen, and I'd pretend
What?
I'd put on my old lady voice, and then I'd start telling him about my cats. And then I'd tell him to hang on a minute. I've got to go get one of them. And I'd put him down next to a soap opera on the TV and just give him a couple of minutes. And 9 times out of 10, you come back, they've hung up. But hello? How can I help you? Oh, wait. I've got 6 cats. Hold on. I got to chase one, and they're like, yeah, okay, ma'am. Okay.
If you get enough of the same calls, you can memorize their script
Yeah.
as well.
Give it
And
back
then
to him.
True, yeah.
So I'm like, well, do you have Medicare Part A and Part B? Are
Yeah.
you over 65?
And by
Well,
the way,
hold
what's
on.
your social security number?
Right. Well, hold
Oh,
on.
God.
Let me connect you to one of my specialists and then just hang
I
up.
like that.
Oh, sorry, we must have got disconnected. Let me try it again.
You can never call them back.
No, it's not
I
a real
think that's
phone
so
number.
funny.
Yeah, it's because that's what we're talking about. They're generating numbers that are available. It's like that text now thing. I can go on text now right now, and they'll just make me a phone number if I
Well,
give them an area that I'm in.
you can do it through Google.
Oh yeah, you can do it with a
Run
lot of
it through
different
your
things.
Gmail, and you can
But you
make up your
never,
own phone number.
I don't know. In my lifetime, I never thought phones were going to be like YouTube chats where people can just make new ones all the fucking time, and you can't actually like. When did phone books become useless? Like when did that happen?
I saw a video yesterday of a mother asking her 13-year-old daughter if she knew what the Yellow Pages was. And the poor girl was so confused. She just looked at her mom and went, paper?
The Yellow Pages is the thing you grab when there's an intruder in your house and you whack them with it.
Oh yeah, that works
Oh, they're
too.
very
Yeah,
useful for
if
that.
it's the if it's the Miami directory, yeah, you'll knock them out, possibly kill them. But if it's the one from Hendersonville, North Carolina, you're not even going to bruise them.
Oh, Gonzo, you didn't tell me that Toby Keith's live right now.
I'm so glad to see Herman.
So Pena must be over there right now.
Over where?
Pena's over rocking with Toby Keith.
Mm.
Where are you streaming to outside of here?
We're on YouTube and Twitter, but Toby Keith, well, the Patriots for Toby Keith is a channel ran by somebody else that we know, and she decided to make a channel about Toby Keith, and that's how she makes her money now. Yeah, Pena's in the chat right now.
In our chat or her chat?
In her chat.
Oh.
Right now, over there, just gabbing it up, listening to Toby Keith. Oh my gosh. Funny.
That would get to me after a while.
What's that?
That would get to me after a while.
Yeah, because she's getting money using somebody else's content for a guy that's passed away. You should be giving all of
dead?
Yeah, Toby Keith passed away, and
he's alive and well over on that channel.
the name of the chat is Patriots for Toby Keith. There's 16 people watching right now. They started an hour ago.
Wow.
I'm gonna write something. I'm gonna say Mudrabbit says hi. I don't think I'm blocked yet.
That might get you blocked.
What is it? I can't share the screen because they're playing Toby Keith.
Yeah, right. You just have to know good.
Let's see what Pena says.
Tell him I miss you. I miss you, dear.
Oh, golly.
Golly gee willikers.
Ariel says bye. That's fucking comedy.
What did you say? What did you say?
I said Mudrabbit says hi, and then Patriots for Toby Keith says I say bye. That's funny.
Oh, that was worth logging on.
That was good.
Oh, Lord.
That'd be a good clip later. Thank you, Ariel. That's perfect. Exactly what I needed.
Where did Noel go? Did she pass out? She can't. She drank too many monsters.
I am still here.
I wonder, did she block me too?
It looks like you've sunk below the waves. There you are.
Oh, she actually got up.
She's upright. She's upright. That's what those drinks do to you.
I wouldn't know. I've never had one.
I haven't either. I don't like them.
Oh, so you should drink some more.
Gonzo says be nice.
Yeah, I don't know.
Gonzo's in their chat and he said be nice. He's got a wrench. He's got a wrench over there. He's their love child. Yeah, and then she rolled her eyes. All right, I'm closing it. I'm not watching anymore. You guys are savages.
No more temptation.
No, I was actually going to look up a video because we were talking about old phones.
Mm-hmm. What kind of old phones? How old?
I'll show you. I don't want to say
the dialy phones, touchscreen phones.
Oh,
multiple
touchscreen
button phones. Like
phones.
press three times to get
We had
back
one of
to where to
those
be.
rectangular wall phones in the kitchen with a super
One of
long
the
cord.
phones
You
that
could
was
get to
like
almost any room with it.
And does that when you turn it on?
Oh, this is my favorite one. They have my favorite one is number 1. This is perfect. This is a 17-year-old from 6 years ago. Oh man,
That's not old.
that's when it was posted. So I guess
Oh.
so. We'll see. We'll see. We're gonna review this video. I think mudrabbit and Tony will get a kick out of this. No one might not understand it.
Well, that's going to be fun.
Possible. Nothing
Waiting for-
personal.
Waiting for the dial to come back so you can dial the next number.
Oh, this is good.
Go ahead and lift up the box. You have 4 minutes to dial that phone number. That's it.
Oh,
With that
Jesus,
phone.
not the dialy phones.
Kyle, move your butt over. I don't want your butt in the video. There you go.
It's all up from here. Oh no, zero's all the way over. Crap, how do I restart?
They didn't pick up the receiver. There you go.
That's how they thought that's how you restart it.
Maybe.
Yeah, we kind of grew up with these things.
Hey,
But
party
I
lines.
even knew how to use one. I had one.
Party lines were fun.
Yeah, the whole neighbor.
But yeah.
6 miles of one street we were on.
Yeah.
We're out in the middle of nowhere. We're on the same party line.
The parents basically told him he had to figure this out in order to be able to go out that night.
That's mean.
I grew up with blackberries.
You grew up with what?
Blackberries,
Oh,
the phones.
yeah.
I had one
I had a
a
Palm Pilot.
long time ago.
Okay,
I've
so
eaten a blackberry
your zero
before.
is correct. Every other way you're doing it is incorrect.
And they're just trying to figure it out. Reset.
So you don't stop at this.
I don't have to worry about this with my kids because they collect them.
You just
Mm.
successfully
Oh, do they?
got zero.
Yeah.
No.
I still
One
have
kid-
my grandmother's.
One kid likes the wall ones that you pull the thing off, had the
Mhm.
dial in the center.
Yep.
Kyle, move to your right a little bit, please.
I like the
I
ones
see.
with the separate earpiece. I think that's wild.
I have my grandmother's old phone from their doctor's office, and it's one of those old black ones from the 1930s, 1940s.
And then like
Awesome.
It's really cool.
Every couple minutes, just reset it.
You guys have made this all worth it.
Everyone has struggled.
yeah, everybody
Yes.
has.
I think of different.
Wait a minute.
Think of different.
We have to pick up the phone and then do it.
How filthy is this
What
drink?
do you hear? What do you hear? What does it sound like?
Yeah, dial tone.
Correct for a zero.
What does the zero sound like? What does zero sound like?
It goes and ends it. Okay.
You have.
Remember how bad it was when we had the wall mount ones and the cord wasn't long enough to get to the kitchen or the bathroom.
We always
Yeah.
had a long cord. We had a long
You
cord
do
on
realize
Oh,
ours.
we did too. Yeah.
And that thing had so many backwards kinks in it, it wasn't funny.
Yeah, you couldn't straighten that thing back out.
No,
There's
you
no
couldn't.
way.
Well, you could, but it would end up tighter than it was. You had to wind it around. You had to go to that kink and wind it all the way to the receiver on your finger and just keep repeating that until you got it straight.
No, you're not. You
No, Kyle
nailed
just
it.
figured it out.
They're running out of time.
35 seconds.
They got 30 seconds left. Yeah, they got 30 seconds left.
He figured it out.
Where are you at right now?
7
Oh.
0.
8500.
Hurry up.
8500. 8500.
10.
We're done.
Oh, you did it?
No, I didn't. It just. It only took 5 seconds.
Zero. We did it.
But yeah, Not bad. It took them a while, but I think they finally figured it out.
Yeah. Well, the
We
one did
had
almost.
the
Then
old
he hung up
style
on the
ones
number.
that just had the earpiece, and he spoke into the machine.
But
Yeah.
don't you have to don't those just go to what's it
Operator.
called? Operators, and they have to
Yeah.
connect your call?
Yeah.
Ours
Yeah.
was a little more modern than that.
Right.
It just looked like one of
Oh,
those.
you had that
But you
was the
still had
style
the
in the
dial.
70s.
Still had the rotisserie dial.
Yeah.
You know,
Rotisserie? Rotary?
rotary.
Rotary.
Yeah, there you go.
They all go
We ain't talking
around.
chickens.
They all go around the
But
outside.
we had one of those in the house, and that's what we used.
Now, ours was on the wall in the kitchen. It was this ugly mustard yellow.
Oh, you had a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
ours
thing,
was
you
like
couldn't destroy it.
Oh, that's still push button, Noah.
No, it was a dial. It was before push button.
that's
Oh,
yeah, she's at a hotel. That's pretty close.
Oh,
That's
makes
pretty
sense.
bad. Yeah.
That's pretty close for a hotel. They should have nicer phones by now. I would say this is America, but
when my grandson was up here last week before last, our clocks, we have two clocks, one on the patio and one in the kitchen, and they're regular analog clocks run on a battery, and they're big, so you can see them
Hey,
from a
Phoenix.
distance. And I asked my grandson, can you tell time by that? And he just looked at it and he went, nope. So we took about 10 minutes to teach him how to tell time on an analog clock, and he thought that was just amazing that you could tell all that from
That's
a
because all
dial.
we know is this.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I don't.
I'm not gonna
actually know
lie.
how to read it myself.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna lie. It took me a while to get that one down. I would give people a roundabout time because I could look at the clock fast and come up with something that was a roundabout. So I would just do that and not count like I
Well,
would just
I
do
still
everything
remember
in 15 increments and
fall,
quarters.
we had to crank the clock all
yeah,
the way
you had to
around
wind it up.
20, 30 hours back
Yeah.
to get the right time.
Yeah, and you'd sit there forever and your thumb would hurt because of the little teeth on the dial. And the dial's always flush with the mechanisms.
They're tiny little things.
Yeah.
No, never have I ever wound a clock.
I haven't.
I still
I just
have
have
a
to
wine.
wind
I
my
still have a
watch.
wine clock. I had it when I was a teenager and I still have it. I had it when I got the squirrel. I found it in the box and I wound it up and stuck it in the box with her because she was still just a little baby. Oh, by the way, she took her freedom today.
Squirrel?
Yeah, she decided she was going to sleep outside and live outside, and she'll just visit when she feels like it.
Oh, she's moving
So-
outdoors.
For a while there, I'd take her outside and she'd run around, but she'd always come back to my shoulder and we'd go inside and then we'd play and, do whatever. And she'd go to bed at the same time the chickens do. But a week ago, I started putting her out in the morning and she would come back at night around 8 o'clock. And I'd be waiting for her on the porch and she'd come and climb on my shoulder and we'd come inside and she'd eat, she'd drink, and she'd get in the cage and climb in her hammock. Well, today she came back for lunch. Had watermelon, had a grape, had some walnuts, some mealworms, and then we played she stayed inside for about 2.5 hours and we played in the kitchen and she ran between me and Mr. Mudd. And then all of a sudden she wanted to go outside. So I showed her where the cat door is. So she took off at about 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock, and didn't come back tonight. And I think she's built a nest in the palm tree out front.
Awesome.
Yeah, which I'm glad. This is exactly what I wanted. I wanted her to go outside. It killed me to put her in this cage. But at the same time, I worried about her every night when she didn't come home like a teenage daughter.
I
We
had
have
boys,
ospreys
so
and
I don't know
hawks.
about teenage daughters.
Yeah, well, we have ospreys and hawks, and I didn't want her to get caught by one. She's only 4.5 months old.
You know she's gonna get eaten by a hawk, right?
Probably not. Her chances are good. The numbers are good. And not only that, every time she's scared, she comes running for the house. I put an owl box on the porch for her. And every time something frightens her, she runs for the owl box.
I just think that's always how the story ends.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, she just stopped coming.
Yeah.
All
Owl
of a sudden, there's
flies.
this
Or,
fat owl hanging out above our
yeah,
tree.
or even worse, an owl spies that box and decides to move in. Let's hope that the cats are her guardians. They're out there on the porch all the time. But I can't in all conscience. She did not. Today is the very first day she actually wanted to go back outside. She's never wanted to do that before, to the point where she was going to the windows. She even went to the TV thinking it was a window. It's just this big old black screen. And then she went to the windows here in my room, and I realized she's wanting out. So I showed her the cat door because it goes out under an awning into a tree. So the birds won't see her.
Well, that's great. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what you want from it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. And now I've got blue jays. We're going to do that all over again.
So I'm trying to put myself in the thought process of Noah right now. I'm trying to think about what I would be doing like 3 or 4 hours before I wake up and go to work. And
She has to go to work, Noah?
Yeah, she's not class. Right?
Oh my God, how are you going to do it, girl?
She's she just got up. Well, she was like laying in bed when she first got on, but she's been drinking energy drinks since she got on, and slowly getting ready for.
Yeah, I will tell you something about drinking that much caffeine. If you do it over and over and over, I had a waitress that worked for me, and she used to drink a lot of things like that: coffee, energy drinks, high caffeine tea, high caffeinated tea, and she ulcerated her stomach. The tannic acids, especially in the things like Monster drinks, they ulcerated her stomach, and she had
I have a back
problems.
condition.
Ulcers are fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
you don't
probably not
want
good
to.
for you, but yeah, I love energy drinks.
You know, moderation is always the key.
I just started getting my energy drinks for less than 50 cents per energy drink, so I'm having a field day right now.
Yeah,
I got
bet you
a
are.
oh yeah, I got a 24 pack for $9.99 of it's a natural. It's supposed to be natural, but it's really good. It's sugar free, lemon mango. I
Can't get
went
better than
through.
that.
I have two left, and I think I got them 4 days ago or something like that.
Yeah, I like my colas.
But they're only 80 milligrams of caffeine. To
That's
be
not
fair,
bad.
I'll
That's
stick
not
to
bad.
my water and my beer. Thanks.
and it's green tea extract is the sweetener, so it's
I
not.
can't drink that. I can't drink green tea for some reason. It upsets my stomach.
That's
That's too
just what they
bad.
use for the sweetener, instead of like aspartame or something like that.
Yeah,
Green tea extract, I guess, is a safer alternative.
yeah, it is. But some people just have a low tolerance because it's loaded with tannin.
Yeah. The other one is blue agave isn't too bad.
That I do well with with agave syrup, and I do well with
So
raw
you get
canes.
the low sugar, the blue ones. Is that what those were?
I don't know. It just
Noah?
I bought it at the co-op in North Carolina.
No, the monsters. Were those
Oh.
the blue ones?
The black.
No, the bottle's black. The lettering on them. Is it the low carb like the blue ones? I couldn't see. Oh no, they're green. Okay, just regular flavored.
No, they're monsters.
Are they expensive over there?
$1.65 by themselves, £5.67 for 4.
That's
About
not
the
bad.
same as here. A
11,
little more
It's not
than what
bad at
we
all.
pay. Yeah.
No, a
11,
4-pack. Yeah, a
99.
4-pack for $5. That's a
5
really good
pounds.
deal.
I know my oldest son buys them by the dozen.
But
So
5 pounds isn't that far off of $5, so it's like $7.
Yeah.
It's like $7 or something. But still, that's a way
Not
better
bad.
deal. And out here, it would be like $12.
Really?
Like
They're cheap
11,
down here.
90 for 9 of them.
90.
19.
11.90.
Oh,
Yeah, we looked out in this state. We had the Coca-Cola bottling plant. We had Busch Gardens, the Anheuser-Busch over in Tampa. A lot of those things were made down here, so they're a lot cheaper here than they are through the rest of the country. I don't know where
That
Monster's
looked
made
that
though.
looked actually good. I'm not caring for the monsters, but pastries, you got me.
What kind of pastry?
Donuts and energy drinks. I love it. Breakfast of champions.
What kind of pastries, Tony?
My preferable pastry is a apple fritter.
Ooh. With a dollop of ice cream.
No, I don't
No?
eat ice cream.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are pretty good.
It kind of gives me the shits.
I've got
do that.
green tea.
Are you lactose intolerant or something?
No,
No. Sensitive to lactose?
no, I don't have any problems with it. It's just
Sounds like it gives you the shits. Sounds like you have a problem
I can
with
eat
it.
I can eat cream cheese. I can eat cottage cheese. I can eat cheese.
Oh, okay. So it
Doesn't
just
matter.
depends on the.
Are you eating them warm? Are you eating them room temp or cold?
It depends on whether it's been in my cooler when I make my salsa or not.
Oh, it's been how long has it been in your cooler? That might be
I
why
don't
it
know.
does that.
I had some cottage cheese this morning with my salsa. And I mixed cottage cheese and salsa for my corn chips. And
sounds
it was
good.
frozen solid.
Mm.
That's probably why I had to leave earlier because I had to make a bathroom run. It was an emergency.
I'll tell you what will clean your pipes: juice of watermelon. I do that.
My wife can't stand the smell of watermelon.
I love that's my favorite fruit is watermelon. And when I get one that isn't as sweet as I like it, I'll clean the whole thing and juice it and put it. Sometimes with the larger ones, I can fill 3.5 bottles with the juice.
Oh,
And
you mean you dump the vodka in the top?
no, I juice the whole fruit, and that's what I drink through the day to rehydrate because I'm out in the yard. And that will make you run. That will clean your pipes out so fast.
High Propel.
Same with coconut milk. Coconut
Yeah,
milk will do it too.
yeah.
Anything like high in sugar.
I don't
and
like
then,
the taste of coconut milk.
I don't like coconut at all.
I like to mix it with
I
pineapple
love
juice.
fresh coconut. Oh,
Ugh,
man, yeah.
I hate all aspects of coconut. It tastes like suntan lotion.
Coconut.
Yeah, I mix it with pineapple juice, but it has to be from a coconut. I don't want the canned stuff.
Yeah.
I can do pineapple. Pineapple's another one of those high sugary.
Yeah.
Like
throw that on the grill. Yum.
oh yeah.
Oh, I
barbecue.
just made a ham yesterday, and what I do is I take the ham and I soak it in pineapple juice, brown sugar, a tablespoon of honey, and some cloves, and I soak it overnight in that. And then in a separate pan, I soak quartered potatoes, white potatoes, in 50-50 chicken broth and pineapple juice. And then you throw all that in the oven together with a little bit of the marinade that you had the ham in, and throw some butter on top. Oh my God, we're going to eat off of that for the next 3 days. It's so good.
How much stuff you need in your pockets, Noah?
There's an episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia that has who's that guy? Who's the short actor? The bald guy, Danny DeVito.
Danny
Yeah.
DeVito, yeah.
And he's in an inner tube. Yeah, and he's in an inner tube and he's laying on his back with his shirt off and he's got like swimming trunks on and he's got a ham on his belly and it's his rum ham that he takes with him everywhere because it's soaked in rum. And it's got pineapples all over it.
Oh, that's
he just carries it with him everywhere, and they lose it at sea. And he's like screaming like rum ham. Fucking Danny DeVito is hilarious, especially as he gets older because he plays such a weird character on there. I don't know how much of himself he's playing and how much of the actual character.
He was great
playing.
on Taxi.
Oh yeah,
Twins.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
He actually, both of those guys got to play themselves during that movie, and that was what made it great.
That was funny.
But
yeah, I'm your twin.
Taxi made so many good people. So many good people came from Taxi.
Yeah.
I don't think it made them, but like Andy Kaufman, the co-star of Grease.
Yeah. Andy
Um,
Kaufman, before Taxi, he would do spots on Saturday Night Live back when we had the Not Ready for Primetime Players, which was Chevy Chase, Dan
Oh,
Aykroyd,
the
John Belushi.
original cast.
Yeah, the original
but
cast, and
the
he used to
original
come
people
on.
they didn't get his comedy, and that's what made it funny. Is actually some of the
Yeah,
audience
yeah.
reactions as well.
I
Is
know,
because
that was
like
the whole
watching it
thing.
back nowadays for somebody like me, like it's cool seeing that nobody got it.
Yeah.
Like,
That
was
was
always
funny
good.
because you'd hear the audience. I remember the first time he came on Saturday Night Live, the audience in the beginning didn't know how to act. And then I think it was like halfway through his act, they finally got it,
Yeah.
and it just rolled. But he did that on purpose.
Oh yeah.
Well,
No, it was all
Lucille
purposeful.
Ball
Yeah.
did that same thing.
Yeah. Well, she was able to turn. Well, so Lucy, on the other hand, I think she was able to do Three Stooges type slap comedy without actually like throwing herself through a table or
Right.
like
Yeah.
she was able to do gimmicky stuff without it ever being,
Yeah, but
seen
Carol
from a woman.
Burnett bested that.
Oh, no, the Carol Burnett show was definitely
Yeah,
over the
that
top.
was one of my. I still watch it on YouTube. It was one of my favorite shows back then.
Because when I think about understood comedy, I always think of like the Monty Python guys. Like a lot of their stuff, it took people a while to understand what they were talking about.
Well,
But
that's
then
because a lot of Americans don't understand English humor.
Well, that too, but like even if you look back, like I played that political thing the other day that he said. It's one of those things where it's like he said it 30 years ago, and we
Who,
can
John
listen back to
Cleese?
it. And we
Yeah.
can listen back to it now today and be like, oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I saw
I
that.
like that.
But that's the way Monty Python
That must
did.
be where Mudrabbit come from too.
Where?
Oh, Holy Grail.
Why? Because I loved Monty Python.
Oh, here, let me play it. It's like 40 seconds.
Oh my God, Monty Python,
Called himself
Doctor Who,
president.
Faulty
The Sandinistas
Towers.
called
We
him a
used to get all of it
dictator.
on
They called themselves
PBS.
freedom fighters. He called them commie terrorists. So they kicked him
Yeah, I
out, then
heard
they were
this.
in charge. Ronald Reagan called them commie oppressors, and he sent in the Contras, whom he called freedom fighters, and they called mercenary terrorists. So, basically, what you're called depends largely on who's doing the talking, because hypocrisy is the Vaseline of political intercourse. They didn't like what they saw, so they changed it to make it sound better. Just like in these personal ads. It sounds great, but it's all lies.
Why'd
So
you put the
easy.
lid back on it, Noah? You're just gonna take another drink.
Keeping the flies out.
Don't lie, Gonzo. You didn't grow up on Doctor Who.
I don't
You've
even know
never
who
talked-
that is.
Yeah,
Gonzo.
Doctor Who's been around since the black and whites.
So, do you guys know what day the first episode of Doctor Who aired?
I don't know what day it was,
It's a
but
significant day. It's a very significant day.
what day is that?
Little
The
day
day
we
that,
landed on the moon.
The day that Kennedy got assassinated.
Ah,
Yeah. So nobody really saw the
Okay, wait a minute.
premiere.
Wait a minute. There is an earlier Doctor Who in black and white from the 60s.
No, this was the black and white one. This is the
Oh,
first
was
one.
it? The old
Yeah.
man with the white hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not watched any of the Doctor Who.
I watched Classic Who too. Classic Who restarted after, I don't know, it restarted again in like the early 2000s. It was off for a long time.
My two favorite Doctor Who's were the one they showed back in the 70s and the one David, I can't remember his last name.
David Tennant.
Yeah, David Tennant. Those were my two favorite Who's.
Who's my Doctor Who lead? So do you mean like companion? Like who are you asking me about, Gonzo? So my favorite Doctor is probably a draw between Matt Smith and David Tennant. And my favorite
that show.
My favorite main character is Jack Harkness, the guy who leads Torchwood. And Torchwood is an acronym, or what's it called when they redo the letters in a different order and make something else?
Anagram?
An anagram. Torchwood is an anagram for Doctor Who, and it was another spin-off show that they
Mhm.
had in the UK. And basically, they were in charge of like keeping charge of the aliens for the British government and making sure that alien technology didn't like land in the hands of the wrong people. It was cool. It was more of a detective show.
Yeah,
They had a lot of
I
they had a
didn't
lot
know
of
about that
spin-offs.
one. But it was 4 o'clock every afternoon. We would all gather over at my friend's house. Her, me, her husband, and 2 of her cousins, just to watch Doctor Who. Our shop in North Carolina, the yarn shop, we called it the oh God, I'm losing words in my head. When you walk in the front door, the shop looks like a teeny tiny little shop, but it opens up and it's huge.
It's much bigger
So,
on the inside.
yeah, it's like the
Like
TARDIS.
warehouse.
So I would
Gonzo
tell
got it.
people that it's like the TARDIS. So
Oh,
we would
okay.
go in, and my cousin came to visit, a cousin I rarely see, and I mentioned it to her. I said, she said, "Oh, cute little shop." I said, "Well, it's not so little. Come on in." And I took her through the front door. I said, "This is our TARDIS." And all of a sudden she looked, there's another level behind that. And then there's a basement, and then there's a gallery, and you don't see it all from the road. And you don't expect it when you walk through the front door. And she
Kind of
turned
reminds
around and
me
looked,
of the warehouse.
she turned around and told me, she goes, "You do realize that we judge people based on their knowledge of Doctor Who."
Yeah, TARDIS stands for time and relative dimension in
Yes.
space, and it's his time machine basically, and it's got this like cloaking technology, but it's broken, and so it's always stuck as like an what's it called? An old school phone
Yes,
phone booth.
phone booth.
Well, it's one of those cop calling boxes because
Yeah.
that's what they have in the UK. It's not really
Yeah.
a phone booth. We have
My
phone
front
booths out
door-
here, but
My
can
front
you
door
call
in
other
Dania.
things? Can you call other things inside of those boxes? Do they still have UK like police boxes? No. Is that a thing? Like a big blue box? Big blue box to call the cops?
No more TARDIS in Great Britain. My front door.
I always think about that when I think about Quantum Leap.
Oh, Quantum
The
Leap's
show,
good too.
yeah.
Yeah.
My front
go
door
wrong.
down in Dania was painted like a TARDIS. I even went to Home Depot and showed them a picture, said, "I want this blue." And it was $20 for the pint, but I got it, and I painted the front door TARDIS blue, and I put the little windows in, the whole bit.
I always see videos of like well, I guess most of the time they do it in like, is it Wales? Or where's I'm trying to remember where the Torchwood headquarters is. I think it's in, well, the main character in Torchwood besides Jack is Welsh. So I'm not exactly sure where she's
I
located.
just remember them as characters
Oh,
on
it's in
Doctor
Cardiff.
Who.
It's in Cardiff. The main their main setup is in Cardiff. So what they do is they have like Daleks and stuff running around in the area. So the Daleks look like garbage cans with like a plunger coming off, and like they look so weird, and they got little like dots all over them.
Mhm.
But yeah, they're just like a mechanical garbage can, and they're supposed to be like the scariest villain.
Well, there were Daleks in Doctor Who too. He was always fighting them.
Yeah. It's like the main villain. Them and the Cybermen are probably the main villains.
Oh, mine is the Weeping Angels.
The Weeping Angels are scary.
Yeah,
those are legit
that was
scary.
cool. Those,
yeah, there's a few of them, and I like they have a play on the lizard people, the Lemurians. They have a race of Lemurians that live underground in Doctor Who, and there's like a queen that Matt Smith talks to all the time, that David Tennant talked to a little bit, but yeah, there's like a queen of, I can't remember, I think it's the Lemurians that live under England, and she's a lesbian because she's a lizard. I guess she's just into girls because her aide, I think she also sleeps with her aide, so it's very male written, where it's like the
They're
boss
getting their
takes
little
advantage of the
fantasies out
worker.
there in the
Well, it's like the
storyline.
boss. Yeah, it's the boss taking advantage of the worker, but the worker just happens to be a girl, and the boss happens to be a girl. So it seemed very, I don't know,
It just get the little
male.
boys going.
Yeah.
See,
Well,
that
that
would
was
go
what,
right over a little girl's head.
that's what was cool about Jack is the actor Jack Harkness
Mhm,
was John Barrowman. I don't know if you
mhm.
ever heard of the actor John Barrowman, but he's
Yeah.
also in Green Arrow and a couple of other things. But he was supposed to be the main character on Will and Grace. He's this like flamboyantly gay uh, man from the UK, and his character in Doctor Who is basically he will sleep with any alien species, any man, woman.
Oh
Like, it
Lord.
doesn't matter. He's like, as long as they're attractive, I'm down.
Yeah.
And he's just Mr. Charisma and flirts with everybody.
Yeah. I didn't watch it much after the David Tennant series because I had to go take care of my mom and my brother.
Yeah, Rose falls in love with Jack. Rose meets
Yeah.
Jack because at the end of the John Eccles, I can't remember his name, Eccles or something, was the doctor that comes into David Tennant, and they are in World War II in the UK. And that's
Yes.
when he meets
Yes.
Jack. He's got like a cloaked what's it called? A Zeppelin. He's got a cloaked Zeppelin, and he's like attached to Big Ben. And
Yeah, I
he's got
might
his
have
like,
caught.
he's got
I
his
might
ship
have caught one
attached
or
to
two.
Big Ben, and he's like time traveling around. But he's from the future. It's pretty cool. He's from like the year like 20,000 or something.
I'm on a MASH kick lately. You know, the original TV
Yeah,
series MASH.
can't go wrong with MASH.
Yeah, and I'm the
It's hard
person
to
that
watch. If you haven't like nowadays stuff, it's hard to watch MASH. MASH is an interesting dynamic.
you know what? I
Hot
watched
lips, man.
every episode back in the day many times,
Yeah.
and it's been long enough that I don't remember them correctly. So the television station, the local station here has 2 hours of MASH from 6 to 8. And I caught it because Mr. Mudd was watching it, and I thought, oh, I just might start watching this. And I've been hooked on it again.
Not Gilligan's Island. I can watch that whole thing
Oh,
over
yeah.
and over and over.
That's funny. You can get it on YouTube.
Okay, so I started watching two shows recently, a couple older shows. First, I started watching Gilligan's Island, and so I'm watching Gilligan's Island, and I'm in the first season, and all of a sudden, this like Jungle Boy shows up.
Oh, yes.
But okay, so you guys remember this episode?
Do you
And I'm
know
looking
who that actor is?
I'm getting into it. I'm gonna get into
okay.
it. Don't spoil it yet. So I'm sitting here looking at the guy, and I'm like, I know this guy from somewhere because I'm a huge Stargate fan. So I was immediately like, wait a minute, I've seen this face before. Why do I know this face? Jungle Boy is Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
And he's fucking swinging around on a rope. I'm like, oh, that's Jack O'Neill over there.
Yeah, that was
Original.
when
But
I
yeah.
was I grew
I had to
up
look
with
it. I had to look it up as soon as I saw it. I was like,
Yeah.
I know that face, but I can't figure out like who it is.
I grew up
It
seeing
is
him and
not looked
Jodie
any
Foster
different,
a lot.
even with the gray beard he did in the last couple movies
So-
he did.
So let me ask you guys, because I want to see if you guys, either one of you guys, is close. When did they add the Professor and Marianne to the opening credits?
They're like 4 or 5 episodes in.
It's not in the first season.
No, it's not.
Really?
It's in The Rest instead of the Professor and Marianne.
Yeah,
Third season?
they don't say. Yeah, they say in the rest here on Gilligan's
Yep.
Island.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually they say the Professor and Marianne.
Yeah. I
And then they
remember when that switched, but I couldn't tell you when.
I don't know the exact point yet, but I know the whole first season doesn't. And the other show I've been watching is All in the Family. I went back and watched that because I haven't seen it in forever.
Oh, that one's a
And
classic.
Archie Bunker isn't nearly as aggressive as I thought he was back in the day. His political Oh no, his
Oh,
political humor is pretty spot
you're
on.
ignorant then.
Yeah, no, it's
Meathead.
because people used to make him out to be like racist and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
it's like, no, he's not racist at all.
He's
He's actually very,
conservative. And the
yeah.
thing is, we're all liberals until we hit 30, 35. And then we suddenly make the switch.
Yeah, well, he was hitting it at 40 and 45.
Yeah, well, either
True.
way, we're liberals until we start to grow up.
Well,
What
then I
got me
saw-
is when I found out how old the Golden Girls were.
Yeah.
Well-
oh God, Mud, you and I are way older than they were.
So
Yeah.
the mother,
Sophia was younger than all three of them.
the mother of
Yeah.
one of the characters in All in the Family was one of the Golden Girls. It was her first appearance
B.
on
Arthur.
B. Arthur, I think.
Yeah.
She was on All in the Family, and then the first time that we heard of the Jeffersons was on All in the Family as
Yeah,
well.
because they were
And that was
neighbors.
and that was in season 2, but they didn't have the guy that ended up playing George Jefferson yet. But the guy that played was it Louise Jefferson? She was already there.
Yeah, and
But,
so was
they-
Lionel.
Yeah, they ended up getting the other George Jefferson in.
He did make an appearance on Archie. Keep watching it because he does
I-
make an appearance.
Yeah, no, I watched the first 2 seasons of All in the Family, and yeah, no, I still love the show. It's still a great
Yeah,
show.
I do too. We have a
I actually like it
station
more
here.
now.
We have a station here that's getting me back into TV. It's called Me TV.
Oh,
All
yeah.
it does is show these shows from the 70s. MASH,
Awesome.
Andy Griffith, what is it? Andy Griffith, Gomer
Money,
Pyle.
You got to check out Tubi when you get a
Yeah,
chance.
I have
too.
Tubi on my
Okay.
Roku.
I was gonna say because Tubi's got all of those ones that I just listed. That's where I'm watching most of my classic shows, and they have Knight Rider. They have I can't remember what else they had. They had
I didn't get
I
into
watched
the
Knight
only
Rider in a
show.
long time.
The
Oh,
only
yeah.
show I could stomach in the 80s was China Beach.
They do have Sanford and Son on there. That's a good one, Gonzo. I haven't watched that in a while.
I
They have a
keep going
few.
back through watching all the old John Wayne westerns.
Oh yeah, I love westerns.
Oh yeah. We were talking about 007 last time. I haven't gotten into my 007 kick yet. It's gonna happen
Oh
here.
Lord.
Probably within the
Oh,
next
that's
couple months.
awesome too.
Yeah.
You,
Usually
you, ta-
happens right around the beginning of summer.
you talk to my guy about 007. He knows absolutely everything about every movie and every actor in 007. That is his absolute favorite story.
Me and Tony were talking about the best villain of 007, and I made a clip of it, and our
Mhm.
clip went viral. There was like 5,000 views on it.
Which
Oh,
one
wow.
was
People
it?
were talking about no, it's just a short of me and Tony talking about the best supervillain. I asked him his opinion, and I think I gave mine. I think I said Jaws. I don't remember what Tony
Mad
said.
Hatter.
Mad Hatter for Tony. Yeah,
That guy
Are we
was so
talking
bad.
strictly Bond? Strictly
yeah,
Bond?
strictly Bond villains.
I'm trying to think which one was absolutely the worst.
And I guess any of the fun evil girls' names are fun too.
Yeah, I think it was in Goldfinger because he strapped Sean Connery to a table and was going to saw him half, starting at his balls.
Got him strapped down naked too.
No, he was in a suit for the TV.
Oh,
But yeah, that was the one that I used to think, oh, he's horrible.
I like
who's
Goldfinger.
the villain in that?
That's Goldfinger.
Goldfinger's the villain. Okay.
Yeah,
Goldfinger was
so.
pretty good, but
yeah. Who's your favorite
like-
Bond?
Head.
Who's your
I
favorite
like
Sean
Bond?
Connery is definitely a favorite Bond.
Who's yours, Jacob?
Yeah, it'd be Sean Connery.
Yeah, mine was Sean Connery, but now we got the other guy. I'm kind of like, yeah, I like him too. But yeah,
don't
Sean
mind.
Connery.
He
I don't
got
mind that
beat in the
one.
balls way too much.
I don't mind that guy. Who's the one that does late night radio now, or late night talk show now? He's also a Doctor Who fan. But
I
he
don't
used to
know, I
be-
don't watch.
He used to pay a James Bond. He's in UK. Okay.
Oh,
so,
Pierce Brosnan?
No, I don't know what his name is. British.
Brosnan didn't do too bad of a job, but
No, he didn't.
Sean Connery was definitely my go-to.
Daniel
Roger
Craig.
Moore.
Roger Moore and Sean
I
Connery
grew up
did the best.
watching these things, but
It's not
Sean
Daniel
Connery
Craig.
was definitely
What,
my
Noel?
go-to.
What,
It's
Noah?
not Daniel Craig.
Yeah,
I
Daniel
like
Craig.
him. I like
Yeah,
him.
Daniel Craig.
He's fit.
Because the only thing that's
Oh,
coming
she
up.
likes Daniel Craig.
I like Daniel
We all
Craig.
like Daniel Craig.
Daniel
Come
Craig's
on.
cool.
I'm a guy. I'm not too big a fan.
Yeah, but
that.
you see, the problem is these really good-looking buff guys that just have all the swag usually turn out gay.
He's not.
Who's your favorite? Speaking of
Actually
gay,
not.
who's your favorite British talk show host of all time?
Oh,
Everybody.
oh.
I'm gonna break the
can't
ice
even-
because
I
I
can't
said
even
gay.
say one.
I'm gonna go Graham Norton for
Yes,
number one.
yes, Graham Norton. I
I'm
was
going
trying to
Graham
remember.
Norton, and then I would put like for host, I would go Jimmy Carr number 2.
Yeah, I get
Mhm.
Graham Norton on X every now and then. I get one of his cuts, and he's hysterical.
Oh, I love Jimmy Norton. He had some of the best guests too.
I'm trying to see if I can get
Things-
my.
All I know is
computer working.
comedians. So I'm struggling to just decipher between comedians and talk
Oh, there's
shows.
a lot. There's like who's that Ross guy that does I can't remember his name. Hold on a second. I just looked this up. I can't is it Jeff Ross? No.
Yeah, he's a comedian.
Michael McIntyre.
Where is it?
I have too many favorites of those, so I pass.
Craig Ferguson, Jonathan Ross. That's his name. I guess Russell Brand would count. Did they say Alan Carr counts?
Jerry McKyle.
Jerry McKyle would count. Yeah.
Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy.
Trevor Noah is technically British, isn't he?
Yeah. Check out Eddie Murphy's old HBO specials. They'll have you rolling.
Is James Corden British?
He's got an accent. I don't know.
John Oliver is British.
Yeah.
There's actually quite a few now that I'm thinking about it.
I got my computer back up.
Stephen Colbert's Canadian. He doesn't count.
Stephen Colbert is
French Canadian.
I'm not going into it. I don't want to go there tonight. We spent last night there.
Don't have a love hate for Stephen Colbert.
I used to absolutely love the guy. I wanted a bumper sticker that had Stuart Colbert, president, vice president, for that year, whatever it was.
Oh yeah, I would have loved if Jon Stewart ran for president. That would have been great.
But then when we started doing the digging and finding out what his background and what he's really like, it was like I felt betrayed.
Well, the difference between and I think Jon Stewart changed over time. But
yeah, I don't feel that way about Jon Stewart. I feel that way about Stephen Colbert.
No, I know. John is like I can still go back and watch his debates with what's his face.
Yeah.
Gosh, I can't remember his name now. Who's the guy that wrote a bunch of books that used to be on Fox and he's not there anymore because he got in trouble?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe Gonzo knows. I got my computer back up. Wonderful.
God, it's gonna bug me now. I just had his name on the tip of my tongue.
I can't even think of names tonight.
God, he's a balding guy, and he had a pill problem. He used to take too many painkillers or something like that. And he was a huge Fox correspondent. Because I know you'd know the guy as soon as I said his name. Actually, I'm just gonna look it up. It'd be easier.
Lemon? Don Lemon?
No, Jon
No.
Stewart.
I guess if I had to pick a favorite, it would be
Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly.
Robin Williams.
Bill O'Reilly and him had so many good interviews and debates. And there was a really good one that I like to watch because Bill O'Reilly didn't know that Jon Stewart put a riser at his podium behind the podium. so they start talking because Bill O'Reilly's a little bit taller than John is. And so when John would start talking, he'd just like raise his stand up a little bit more, and he'd just get like a little bit bigger while he was talking.
A little bit taller.
Like, this is hilarious. Every time he's trying to make a point, he's just like looking down at Bill.
Yeah. I never missed a Daily Show when Jon Stewart was on there, but it jumped the shark with that new guy.
Trevor
Yeah.
Noah's
I don't like him.
I actually like, okay, so there's things I do like about Trevor Noah. Like his comedy isn't bad. He has a really good Donald Trump impression. I feel like some of the black guys I've seen do Donald Trump impressions are like the best at it.
Yeah.
Like better than most white guys. There's only a few white guys that are really good at it. And it's
Have you seen that?
Shane Gillis.
Have you seen Tony at LC Signs?
I don't think I have.
Oh my God, the guy will have you in stitches. His name is Tony at LC Signs, and he's got these little. I think one of the conservative comedians feature him on his YouTube channel. He lives in China. They build these awesome signs, and he does these impressions of Donald Trump. And he did this one impression of Donald Trump, and he's got the wig on, and he's really good, and he's multilingual. And he's doing it in Spanish, and all of a sudden you hear a gunshot, and he dodges to the side, and he continues with his sales pitch. It's hysterical, and he's on YouTube.
All right, we're going to look it up right now. I'm going to see best Donald Trump impressions.
Is it him?
James Austin was the first one that came up.
No, it's
Shane Gillis was the second.
No, it's a Chinese guy. Let me try and find it.
I just want to see who came up for the top.
Oh, they might be featuring his shorts. Some of them will take his shorts and just do a reel of them.
So here, let me show this one. These ones I've seen this ones before.
Oh my God, he's funny.
All right, sorry. I had to skip through the beginning audio of whoever was sharing the video.
Here, no, I'll get you Tony's site.
Okay. Share me that one next because I want to. Shane, I know this.
I'm dropping it right now in the YouTube chat.
In the private? Oh, in the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
All right. Put it in the private. Are you on your phone now? Or are you
yeah, I do the StreamYard on my phone, but I can't do that on my phone. I haven't figured it out yet.
So Shane is interesting. He got signed. He got the most interesting resume of anybody I've ever heard. So he was in what's that school people go to when they want to join military service? I can't think of the
military academy.
Yeah, it's a military academy, but I can't remember the name of this one specifically. Well, he's considered a decorated war veteran because he was at this school during war times, and then he ended up dropping out, and so he's still considered a decorated veteran. He's considered a SNL cast member because he got accepted to SNL, and then he said something wild on a podcast, and they cut him before he had his first episode. And so he's an SNL cast member, a decorated war veteran, and I think he played for Notre Dame or something like that.
Took advantage of it all.
Yeah, like he had all of these things with it that actually like worked out perfect for him. But